Show starts in 5 minutes.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go!
It's 3 minutes till showtime.
Men, there's a drive-in movie full of juicy people. Wow! It's a trap! Help! It's Pick! We've had it, men.
A pleasant aroma for you, but not for mosquitoes. Pick is easy to use. Light it and forget it. Pick's aroma keeps mosquitoes, gnats, and sandflies away. Pick is the best protection for barbecues, fishing and camping trips, or just relaxing in the yard.
So if you don't want our company ever anywhere, just light Pick and see what I mean? Bye!
Pick is on sale at the refreshment stand now. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Today we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anywhere.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
And now, on with the show.
everybody, and welcome to the movie quiz. I don't know why. Tell me if you're seeing. I'm seeing my camera as very laggy and strange. And let me know if it's showing up like that for you as well. Welcome to. This is a big show. I hope that the camera is not doing that for everybody, because this is a very big show. This is our. Yeah, it's laggy. It's weird. Okay, I'm gonna switch to this might be terrible, but I'm gonna switch to this low camera for a second. Oh, that's terrible. That can't stand. All right, but we'll do it this way for now. So hello everybody. Welcome to we started this show on Zoom 5 years ago, and it's basically like we're back. Just doing weird camera angles. You can see up my nostrils probably. I'm going to try to disconnect this other camera and see why it's doing that. So tonight is the 150th game in the history of TMQ. It is also our 5-year anniversary. Started the show on September 20-something, I think 23rd, I want to say, of 2020. And been going ever since. Been take breaks, but it just keeps chugging along. I may have to if I do this one, if I find like something I can raise it up with, that might be the way to go. Or let me see. Hang on. Let's see. It wouldn't be TMQ if something weren't broken. How's it? No. Why does it? I look like friggin' Max Headroom. What the hell? All right, we're gonna figure this out. I'll figure this out maybe during the picture round is maybe the time when I can figure that out. All right, so we've got some old DVD cases would be something I could put. I keep it on brand for for TMQ. All right, so sorry, someone just opened my bedroom door. Very strange things are afoot at the Circle K tonight. So yeah, stack of VHS. So I've got an exciting game for you tonight. We will crown a champion tonight. 3 teams have collectively 4 Yaddle cards. A Yaddle card, if you're unfamiliar, Yaddle card is a freebie. So you play your Yaddle card if you got them. Han Still Solo has one, Marley's Chains has one, and Helsinki Syndrome has 2. So that's so the way you use it is almost all of the questions tonight are going to be, there's very little multiple choice, but if you want to use it, you got to use it before the question, like as your answer. You can't say like, well, I got that one wrong, I'm going to use it retroactively. But if it is a multiple, there's only like 3 or 4 multiple choices tonight. If it's that, just throw it in the chat. All right, or find a way. We'll find a way. We'll figure it out. It's very, very minimal multiple choice action tonight though. All right, so let's do it. Let's jump in, because these games are always it might be longer, a little longer than usual. It's a championship game. Oh, and I have an exciting game to announce before. Let me announce it now before I have everyone's attention. Sorry, I was also watching the Yankee game, so that's why I didn't test my freaking camera before I got on. I didn't see that. In 2 weeks from tonight, we will have a special game. It's actually going to be a fundraiser in conjunction with Sesame Street and Sesame Workshop. It's going to be a Muppet themed quiz, and we're going to be raising money for someone who works at Sesame Street. They're raising money for Sesame Street. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be Wednesday night, same time slot, like a regular show, just a one-off though. And it will be a lot of fun. So there'll be more details about that to come. All right. So let's jump in. Let's go over to the movie theater. And this says choose wisely, but it is not. It's not really a choose wisely round. It's mostly multiple. It's not multiple choice. God, this camera thing is making me flustered. I got to fix this. All right, so let's jump into your this first round is all about the last 5 years. It's about stuff, trends, things that happened in the sphere of movies in from 2020 through 2025. All right, so here we go. Your first question of tonight's championship, 5th year, 150th game. Oh, and that's important too. This game is worth 100. It's normally a 50-point game. This is a 150-point game tonight. So questions that are worth 1 usually will be worth 3. There'll be some different ways that questions will be worth 3 points, and maybe there'll be some decimals in there. Just something to look out for. All right, so let's jump in with our first question here in tonight's game. A full 40 years after its initial release, what sci-fi fantasy classic hit #1 in summer 2020 thanks to a re-release in drive-in theaters? A full 40 years after its initial release. Oh, and somebody asked me in the donations part to verify. It's just at Trivia Man. Yeah, the link on the page doesn't work. It's old, and I don't think the page has ever actually been updated. But so I linked it to my own one, and you can actually, from this QR code up in the upper left, that will go straight to my Venmo. No pressure. No, you don't have to donate, but it would be greatly appreciated if you do. So what do we got tonight? We got 12 players. Oh yeah, and talking about the scary movie quiz, I don't know. I've done a Halloween show. Oh wait, where was this comment? I've done the scary movie quiz every year, but I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be time this year. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So your answer, this movie, if you did your math, it's from 1980, and it is The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back is your answer. All right. Question number 2. This one is multiple choice. So if you're one of the 3 teams who has a Yaddle card and you want to use it, just let me know in the chat or some other way. Hoping for an emotional finish, but landing with a thud. What award was moved to the end of the awkward 2021 Oscar ceremony held in Los Angeles's Union Station? Was that Best Original Song, Best Actor in a Leading Role, Best Actress in a Supporting Role, or Best Director? Which one of those was moved to the end? Normally you get, normally you have, what do you call it? Best Picture at the end, but they moved this. Hoping. All right, let's see. Let's try. I'm gonna hit the timer, and then I want to try the camera again because it's messing with me. It's messing up my whole flow. I'm used to looking up here. I got a whole system, you know. All right. So in 2021 for 2020, they were Chadwick Boseman had died, and they were thinking he was a lock for winning for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, but it just ended up being nothing. It was Anthony Hopkins, and are there what? There shouldn't people with points already? No, it's no, it's 150 point game. So questions that are normally worth 1 are worth 3. And then there'll be questions at the end that are worth even more than that because it's the 150th game. So I'm going fucking bananas here. Who cares? All right. Question number 3. Speaking of the Oscars, what is the only Best Picture winner of the 2020s whose title is more than 1 word long? Speaking of the Oscars, what is the only Best Picture winner of this decade so far whose title is more than one word? Let's see. I've got stuff. Let's see. I think I've got something I can put the computer onto. Here we go. Take a ride with me. It's got the camera. It's got the... That's a little better. That feels a little more normal to me. All right. Still obscuring my view, though. You don't need to know all this. This is a MP, not a YP. So yeah, there has only been one movie, one winner of the 2020s that is more than what we've had. Nomadland, we've had what is it? And even going back to the 2020 ceremony, the crown Parasite, then you got Nomadland, Coda, Oppenheimer, Anora, but at more than one word, at several words actually, is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everything Everywhere All at Once is your answer. All right, question number 4. Mike Lindell, purveyor of what as seen on TV product, brought home Worst Actor and Worst Picture Razzies for Absolute Proof, his 2020 election fraud documentary. Dude cleaned up. Mike Lindell cleaned up at the Razzies. For what? That's right. Anthony Hopkins was not there. It was just like a picture of him. It was so awkward and weird. Everything about it was like, I didn't, the reasoning behind that, I guess they thought like everybody needed like some kind of W coming out of COVID. We were still very much in COVID at the time, but getting vaccinated, getting our first vaccines. All right. So Mike Lindell, he is the purveyor. He made this terrible so-called documentary, and he's the MyPillow guy. MyPillow is your answer. All right, question number 5. This one is multiple choice, and it's a big multiple choice because it's the finale. I'm going blowing it all out here. Which is the only one of the following 2021 movies that did not have a simultaneous release in theaters and on HBO as part of WB's controversial strategy, where they released like everything day and date? Your options are Matrix Resurrections, Mortal Kombat, Godzilla vs. Kong, No Time to Die, Dune, Judas and the Black Messiah, Space Jam: A New Legacy. However many of those there are. How many did I list? 7 movies. 6 of them came out simultaneously on HBO. And if you're thinking, Chris, this is tough. This is like, who remembers this shit? It's the championship, right? So I'm gonna ask you. Let's see if this camera wants to cooperate. No. Probably not, right? No. What is going on? That is so weird. I hate it. I hate that that's going on. All right. No, not that. Oh my God. All right. We're going to stick with this for now. We'll see what happens. All right. So if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's not so much about it's mostly just about my rhythm and how like I'm used to a certain layout, and this is making me change my in fact, you know what? Let me just take this camera away so I'm not tempted to look at it. All right. So the only one of these movies that was not a Warner Brothers release even, I think. It was No Time to Die. It was the James Bond movie. The James Bond movie was not part of that Warner Brothers strategy. All right. Our next question number 6. What is the only movie in the top 20 highest grossing movies of the 2020s so far that is not a sequel, remake, based on a toy, video game, or some other existing IP? Doesn't necessarily mean that it is a fully original story, like that came from somebody's brain, but it's what is the only one in the top 20 of this decade that is not a sequel, a remake, based on a toy, based on a video game, based on some other IP. All right. So this movie, the reason I say it's not necessarily a fully original story is because it is a historical drama. It is from 2023, and it is Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is the only movie in the top 20 of this grossing movies of this decade that is not based on something or other. All right. Here, I'm still just repositioning this. All right. Question. What have we got? 2 more questions in this round. This one is multiple choice. The term Nepo baby, the successful child of famous parents, emerged in the 2020s. On a completely unrelated note, who made their film debut in 2024's Mufasa the Lion King, voicing Princess Kiara? Was that Blue Ivy Carter, Gracie Abrams, Willow Smith, or Shiloh Jolie Pitt? We have had no Yaddle cards used so far. I'll tell you that so far. I don't know. Is that like a HIPAA violation? Is that like the TMQ version of a HIPAA violation? I can't tell people if you've used your Yaddle card. All righty. So almost everybody got this one right. You figured out that there is a Beyonce connection to the Lion King, and you figure the Nepo baby here is Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy I have no idea. She might be fantastic, but you know. All right, and now that brings us to the last question of this round. It is also worth 3 points, but I'm making you work for the 3 points. It's like a little list round, and I'll give you a little bit of time to work on it. So here's your last question worth 3 points. We just talked about Oppenheimer. This one kind of piggybacks on that. Trying to cash in on 2023's Barbenheimer craze, marketers tried to force what portmanteaus for the following opening weekend pairs between 2023 and 2025? Saw X and Paw Patrol: The Mighty Movie. So what was the portmanteau of those 2 movies that came out? They tried to make this happen. They tried to recapture lightning in a bottle, but it didn't work. The Garfield movie and Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, and Gladiator 2 and Wicked. What were those 3 portmanteaus? So 1 point each for each of these. Tonight I'm done. I'm getting into the pumpkin zone. It's October. It's cold. The Yankees just won. It's October. Baseball's happening. TMQ is happening. Love it. All right. I'll give you a few more seconds to think about these. I think I am going to be like a little staunch, a little more staunch than usual, than I usually am, because it's the championship. So I'm going to be a little strict. So the one that people seem to be having trouble with the most is Garfield and Furiosa. So take that as you will in the next 15 seconds. Maybe you got it. Some people got it, or at least one team got it. All right. So everybody, I think everybody got Saw Patrol. Saw Patrol. That was like right there. But that's that's why it's like it's too forced. That's too extreme of a dichotomy. And you got Gladiator and Wicked, which was Glickid, and then you got Gar Furiosa. They took the F and ran with it. A lot of teams went Garfiosa, Gariosa, but it's Gar Furiosa. Gar Furiosa. And like I said, I'm gonna be a bit of a dick tonight because it's the championship and it counts. It counts for a lot. All right. So let's take a look at our scores and standings here after our first round of the night. Oh my God, I can't even see it. I can't because now my computer is blocking my computer. Let's see. We've got Chris the Curator. We got Stallone with 4, Trivia Rocks with 7, Chris the Curator with 10, Stroke of Genius with 11, Seguriton and Hanstil Solo with 14, Avis and Bobo with 15. How am I going to be an optimist about this? With 17, Helsinki with 19, and Marley's Chains with 20. All right, so that brings us to our next part of the show. It's going to be the picture round. And so tonight we're going to be celebrating all eras of the 5 years of the movie quiz, including, and this next round is about the character days, the 2021 character days, when usually Yoni Lowtown, sometimes Mark, sometimes shout out to everyone who's done it. Lauren Adams, Calvin Cole did it a bunch. So this round, our picture round is called, hang on, wait. Where did I go? It's called Yoni's Shopping List. Yoni's Shopping List. It should say shopping, but it says shopping, so I was just rolling with it. So the way this one's going to work is I've got 8 images for you from this website that I think is going to be a resource for me at Halloween called costumewall.com. It's all pieces of costumes for how that they suggest and link to, that is for how you could cosplay as certain characters. So I'm going to show you their menu of items for a character, and you name the character. This is not Spawn. I just really like this. I really like this site. And I'm also giving you the year. So I'm looking for the character. Okay. So for all 8 of these, name the character, but I'm giving you the year that their character appeared in a movie. All right. The year that the character appeared in a movie, but name that character. All right. I am going to give you 4 minutes for this one. Don't forget to hit submit, and good luck. All right, gang, you got a little more than 2 minutes left. It's about 2 minutes left in this picture round. And yes, just to clarify, just characters for this one. The years are just there as a helpful guide to help you think about when the era of when the movie that they're from came out. Got a little over a minute left. Again, it's just about time to start that timer. So if you haven't submitted or you want to change any of your answers, now is the time. Reminder that I'm going to be specific, looking for specificity. Alrighty, time is up for this one. I'm just going to look at them, grade them up as I'm going through. So you had, yes, costumewall.com. Come on, music. I don't want that. So I really hope that there's no like milkshake duck aspect to costumewall.com, something that some alignment with Christo-fascist ideology that I missed in my in my endorsement of them. Yeah, it looks like they got pretty good stuff. All right, so we've got your first one, from 1989. You got the Deerstalker, you got the Stogie, the Robe. That is Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation. Number 2, you've got from Pulp Fiction, you got Mia Wallace. Number 3 from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, you've got Henry Jones Sr. Number 4, you've got you got the camo pants and the leather. You got Snake Plissken, who Mark did once play on TMQ. Number 5. Only one who got this right. Helsinki Syndrome got this right. Nicely done. You got the cutoff, or not cutoff, but the red tank. You got the wig. You got the football. It's Mark. Oh, hi, Mark from The Room. Number 7. That is, you've got the chef's outfit plus a little rat. It's not Remy. Remy is the rat. It's Linguini. Number 7. You got the poncho, you got the rats, more rats. You got a wig. That is Bruno Madrigal. And your last one, sorry. And I blew the reveal there. That was the last one is Anxiety. And if you look, this round was worth 23 points. 23 is not evenly divisible by 8. So if I did my work correctly, you should have some decimals. We've got some decimals. Nothing too crazy. I didn't want giant crazy repeating numbers, but but you should see some decimals there. All right, let's keep rolling before we check in on what decimals answers reveal those answers. Let's round. We're gonna hear of TMQ characters, and this I'm actually getting we're getting self-aware like Skynet. This is the first, I think, the first ever round about the movie quiz. So this will benefit if you're an old school TMQ fan, or if you are at. This is going to be a question about characters at the live shows, the live caveat shows. But even if you don't go that far back with TMQ, or you forget, or you didn't give a shit because you have other things going on in your life, which I don't understand that. But you should still be able. You still could probably reason some of these out based on some of my obsessions that you've probably picked up in the last however long you've been playing. All right. So here is your lightning round question. What 4 characters did Yoni mask up to play in the animated movie quiz, the scary movie quiz, the holiday movie quiz, and the Star Wars movie quiz? The TMQ games played in person or in affiliation with, we had to shut one down. One got preempted for Omicron in 2021, the holiday one. And we had to do it as a live stream. But we did 4 shows at or in conjunction with Caveat Theater. What 4 characters did Yoni play in those shows? All right, I'll give you 2 minutes to think this over. Either remember it, or you can figure it, some of them out, throw up a guess there. All right, so these are also like the rest of the game tonight. Every 1 pointer is worth 3. So all of these are worth 3 points. All right, so go for it. Go forward. Good luck. And reminder to those teams, the 3 teams, you do have Yaddle cards. Could be a good opportunity to use a Yaddle card. All right, friends, I am going to start that 15-second timer now. So if you have not, hang on. Come on. Where is, now I've got a whole other host of issues. I can't find my mouse on the screen. So you're going to get a little bit of extra time while I try to figure out what is going on with my mouse. There it is. Okay. This is bizarre. What a night. Oh, what a night. Now I found the mouse, so I'm gonna start the 15 seconds for real. A little bit of extra time. Alrighty. Alrighty, time is just about up there. So let's go over your answers. Like I said, this benefited you if you were at some of these games, or if you remember. And yes, someone said I don't know. I don't know Yoni. Oh, you know what? I just realized that I made things confusing for myself by including Star Wars and asking people to say Yaddle when for their free question. All right, so in September of 2021, we had our first ever live show at Caveat. It was animation themed, and Shrek was our guest. Yoni played Shrek. It's sad to think that the newer fans don't even know who Yoni is. We used to have guests all the time, and he was the star. He was would come out, and we had Jake Santa Claus. Billy the Puppet was our Halloween guest. Nobody remembered the Krampus. The Krampus was Hollywood Krampus was our guest in at Christmas, and Emperor Palpatine. I also don't think anyone chose Emperor Palpatine for the last one, but a good chunk of teams got Shrek and what the heck? What is going on here? I want to see the points. Where'd it go? There we go. Almost everybody got Billy the Puppet. Nobody got Emperor Palpatine or Krampus, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. So now let's take a look at the scores and standings here at roughly the halfway point of our 150th game. Our championship, 5 years. My God, 5 years is a long time to be doing this. All right, we got Trivia Rocks with 15.75, Chris the Curator with 18.75, Stroke of Genius with 19.625. That's a decimal that I like. Stallone with 21.5. Securiton with 25.5. Avis and Bobo 32.5. Everybody's got decimals. Gorgeous. How am I going to be an optimist? And Han Still Solo with 40.125. Marley's Chains just ahead of them with 40.375. And Helsinki Syndrome in the lead. They are our defending champions, by the way. And they're halfway to defending their title here. So let's see what happens with the puzzle round. Like I said, I'm bringing a lot of stuff back from the old days, stuff I haven't done in a while, and I'm doing a Roman numeral puzzle. It's going to be a Roman numeral puzzle. It's called 150 Actors. This is our Roman numeral game puzzle in honor of the 150th game. So here's an explainer, okay? Because not everybody has played. It's been a while, and you probably need a refresher. So this is a Roman numerals puzzle. I told you I'd do it. Letters that match a Roman numeral are swapped out for their Arabic number counterpart, i.e. D equals 500, X equals 10, VI would be 6, and so on and so forth. And all other letters are blanks in the clue. For example, David Duchovny would be written as 500 for the D, 6 for the VI, 500 for the other D. The two names are in brackets, and then you got the 500. And I didn't highlight that V, but yeah, there's a C and a V. All right, and so for this one, I'm going to give you. These are all going to be people whose either their first name or their last name starts with CL. CL is 150. And I'm going to describe three of their roles, 3 roles from each of these actors. So the answer here, if you can decode this, the answer that I programmed here, 100, 150, that says cancel Chris. That is Roman numeral for cancel Chris. All right, so I think you'll get it. Just know if you're confused that hopefully it gives you a leg up that everybody, either their first or last name starts with CL. All right, so here we go. Here is your first question, your first actor. All of these answers are going to be actors. Okay, this person played a depressed middle-aged wife having an affair with a high school football player, an intimidating housekeeper at Castle Frankenstein whose name causes horses to whinny, and the grandmother of a rural family who become oil billionaires. And I'm not going to read out the numbers because it's just more confusing than anything. It's a strictly visual thing. So yeah, everybody's name starts with CL. It could be their first name, could be their last name. Wait, let me see. Helsinki, you used a Yaddle card? I didn't see. I'll go find it. Give me a second. I trust you. You got 2 of them also. See if I can find it though. Oh, I see it. I see it. I found it. It was for the Krampus. Hang on. I got it. All right. So let me rescore that for you. You will get credit for your Krampus. Gotcha. Yep. So you've got that point. All right, and you still have 1 Yaddle in the bank. All right. So this is these are roles from the Last Picture Show, Young Frankenstein, and Beverly Hillbillies. That is Cloris Leachman. Cloris Leachman is your answer. All right, your next CL person, played a vampire living in modern Wellington, a giant treasure hoarding crab, and I misspelled hoarding, and an intergalactic criminal with a vendetta against Agent K. So you got 1,000 in there. You got a 1 in there. So that's an I. Yes, absolutely. Sorry that I missed that Yaddle card before. Oh, there we go. All righty. All right. So this one, we're talking about What We Do in the Shadows, Moana, and Men in Black 3. That is Jermaine Clement. Jermaine Clement is your CL in this round, in this question. All right. Question number 3. This person played a San Francisco cop who doesn't play by the rules, an aging gunfighter forced out of retirement, and a racist old man with a cool car who becomes less racist. And it's 151. So what does 151? That should tell you something. And it ends with 500. Who is that? Oh, is it? Hang on. I'm sorry. It didn't open up. Sorry. Got locked. My bad, guys. I was like, why is nobody answering? This one's pretty easy. That's why. Boo. Hang on. Oh, you know what? I found the streaming. Look at this. Listen to this. Oh my God. I can boo myself now. I love it. They have this. I can also, everyone can laugh. And also, all right. So for this one that I forgot to open up for you, we're talking about Dirty Harry, Unforgiven, and Gran Torino. It's Eastwood. What kind of stupid name is that? It's Clint Eastwood. All right. There we go. I didn't run the timer. I'm a mess. You'd think after 5 years I would know what I'm doing, but I don't, clearly. All right. Our next actor has played a roulette dealer caught up in a criminal scheme, a disillusioned man who becomes an unlikely protector of humanity's last hope, and a clever bank robber pulling a job in New York City. First name features 154 in Roman numerals, and then nothing but 4 letters in that second name. Also, if anybody, now I know, since the Yankees won, I'll be at the game tomorrow. If anyone else is going, and you would, you want to hang out, I'll be there with my dad. Section 316. All right. So these movies, they are Croupier, Children of Men, and Inside Man. It's Clive Owen. CLIV equals 154. All right. We're halfway through our final puzzle round of the season. Here comes question number 5. This actor played a caretaker for a man who has been left paralyzed, the first love of Han Solo, and the future mother of humanity's savior. You've got in the first name 1001 and also 51, and of course 150. The 150, that's part of everyone's name, or 150 plus. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these. All righty. Everyone's doing solidly on this. I do think after 5 years, I finally learned how to explain this round. that was always one of the hardest things in the early days of the show, was letting some of my weirder ideas out without, like, I was like, oh right, not everyone has dumb weird brain. All right, so this one, we're talking about the movies Me Before You, Solo, Star Wars Solo, and Terminator Jenny Swiss. It's Amelia Clark. Amelia Clark is your answer. All right, your next 150 actor played a star-crossed Shakespearean teen, a real-life advocate for autism and animal welfare, and the future spouse of humanity's savior. We got a 150 in the first name, as we should. We got a 1, we got a 500, and another 1, another lone 1. So yeah, a perfect game tonight would be 150, which is kind of fun. All right, so this actor played Juliet in Romeo and Juliet. She played Temple Grandin, and Kate Brewster in the Terminator movie, John Connor's wife, future wife. You are my future wife. And that is Claire Danes. Claire Danes is your answer. Nicely done, everybody. And we got 2 more of these puzzles. Here comes question number 7. A chief of police in a Moroccan city during World War II, an English monarch foiled by Robin Hood, and a mad scientist who turns invisible. You got 150, of course. You got a 500 also in the first name, and 1 lonely 1 in the last name. All righty. Had a pretty good. This one was hard. Had a good guess, a good incorrect guess here. That actually it fits the theme, but not like it fits the structure, but is incorrect. I guess Claude Akins, who is an actor, I know Claude Akins as the Amco guy, was he Amco or Mako? I can't remember. Mako's the paint your car company. Amco is like the car parts. But he was also in Planet of the Apes, one of the Planet of the Apes movies. But the Claude I'm looking for here is Claude Rains. Claude Rains, who was in Casablanca, one of the many Robin Hood movies, and The Invisible Man. All right, so the original, like the old school Universal Monsters one. All right, and our last one here, we've got a real-life NASA flight controller, Cy Liebergott, radar operator who keeps seeing Dr. Evil, and obsequious underling to the mayor of Whoville. You got 151 and ending in 500. All righty. So this one is nearly identical to one of the other puzzles here. The structure of this person's name, it starts with 151. In fact, the first name is the same, and it ends in a D. But it is not Clint Eastwood again. It's Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother, Clint Howard. Hopefully, some of those, some of those roles led you to Ron Howard movies. All right, let's take a look. We got our double points round. I know it's late, so we'll do. You know what? Let's just keep it rolling into the double points round, and then we'll do a score recap before the blitz, because I know it's late and I don't want to keep everyone up too late. All right, so this one is called The End. So I'll level with you. I thought I was toying with this all leading up to being the finale of the show, for good. I was like 150 episodes. It ends of the season, 5th anniversary. It's all perfect. But I'm doing this already in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna be right back. And it might be a while before I come back, but it's not the end. So this last round is all about movies that had the final chapter or the last something or other, but then kept making movies. Okay, so it's double points. It's mostly fill in the blanks, but there are a couple of the Two Truths and a Lie style ones mixed in. All right, so I think Marley and Helsinki still each have a Yaddle card. So if you need it, just type it or use it. Let me know in the chat. All right, so your first question is fill in the blank. Captain Jack Sparrow came back twice from being at World's End, which was like, some of these are like very much hinting at being the last one. For what two other Pirates of the Caribbean capers? What were those two other Pirates movies? 1 point for each, or 3 points for each. 3 points for each of these, because it was what would be 3. Is this in regards to me literally canceling Chris? But I won't. It'll just be semi-retirement, we'll call it. We will definitely come back for more stuff. All right, so this one, your first question here, it was On Stranger Tides and Dead Men Tell No Tales. Those are your two pirate movies. All right, question number 2 in our double points round. This one is Two Truths and a Lie, multiple choice. Indiana Jones went on 2 more big screen adventures after The Last Crusade, Racing for the Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny, before which 2 antagonists got to them? Your options are Arnold Toth, Irina Spalko, and Jürgen Voller. Yeah, I know I'll be back. I said I'll be back. I said I'm not ending the show. I already said I'm like Brett Favre over here. I can't resist. What the hell? Well, what else am I doing? I am doing a lot, but I like doing this. I like being here. Is it hard? Yeah, it's a lot of work, which is why I was considering wrapping it up. You got to admit, 150 games, 5 years. It's a nice round number. Well, we'll square the numbers. All right, everybody. I think everybody who submitted got this right. Tote is the guy in Raiders. He's the guy, the coat hanger guy. Who, if you watch the scene when they pull in, they're like chasing Sallah or something, and the truck hides. It's Tote is just the guy wasn't on set or something that day. It's just his coat and hat on a box. Pause it on the Blu-ray. It's insane. You got to check it out sometime. All right. Question number 3. Though the 7th Saw movie, Billy the Puppet, was dubbed the final chapter, the series is currently sitting on 10 films. What were the names of parts 8 and 9? The only other entries not simply titled Saw and a number or numeral. What were those other 2? What were Saw 8 and 9 called? Both of them had Saw somewhere in the title, but in weirder ways for the most part. Shout out to the team that put Saw Patrol. Call back to round 1. Love it. Saw Patrol. Who would do? No one would do Saw Patrol. Like, you could do Glicked, right? Although that's a long day. Well, so is Barbenheimer, I guess. Or what was the other one? Gar Furiosa. That one also doesn't work. And if it's a kids movie, it doesn't, like a straight up kids movie. It does not work. All right. So those 2 movies were Jigsaw, like Jig Santa Claus, and Spiral from the Book of Saw. Spiral from the Book of Saw. It was the convoluted. There's like a real Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim ass title there. All right, question number 4 is multiple choice. The Friday the 13th series ended twice with the final chapter and the final Friday. The subtitles of what number entries in the Unkillable franchise? Your options are 4, 7, and 9. 4, 7, and 9. I'm just looking at some of the. Yeah, I'm excited. I will be back in 2 weeks. That's why that's a part of it. I feel like there was some divine intervention, some trivia divine intervention of this game coming up and keeping me from retiring. But it might be a little while before the next the next batch of games comes out. I don't know. But thank you. No matter what we do with the future of it, I always appreciate everybody who's here on the regular. It is always fun hanging out here, especially when I keep you late. All right, so you had the final chapter, which was part 4, and you had Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, which was the 9th movie. 4th and 9th are your answers. All right, question number 5. Which 2 Avengers stories ended with their death in 2019's Endgame, which should have been the end of the MCU? Just saying, though both actors have returned or will return to the MCU. Characters, I'm looking for here. Characters. But both of them come, the series refuses to die, and these actors are coming back too, or have come back and will come back. Because nothing ever ends. Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. All right, so you had 2 deaths. You had they're both pretty high-profile deaths in this, but then you got a prequel from one of them, and then one of them's coming back as another character for some fucking reason. It's Iron Man and Black Widow. Most teams got that one right. Nicely done. All righty, question number 6. We're sticking with Marvel here, but leaving the MCU. What were the final sounding subtitles? You can just give me the subtitles for these of the 3rd and 6th X-Men movies, both set up to cap the stories of the original and reboot casts, only to see them all return. They've all come back. It was not the end. They each have, one is a very definitively like finale sounding name, and the other could be interpreted as a endpoint. And I'm talking about main continuity, not Logan, not Wolverine stuff. And that Wolverine bullshit. I like Wolverine. He's fed enough though. Talk about ending, saying your ending and coming back, man. Fucking Hugh Jackman does Logan. Everyone loves Logan. Then he comes back for Deadpool. I don't know. Kind of sullied Logan. All right. So these were the third. X-Men 3 was X-Men: The Last Stand. And the one with Oscar Isaac was X-Men Apocalypse, which kind of felt like it was setting up a finale, and then they did Dark Phoenix, and that was also bad. All right, 2 more of these, and then we get into our end game, the post-credits blitz. We got multiple choice here, 2 truths and a lie. So far, death has come for the fate-cheating teens. I wrote this, but didn't speak it out loud. Twice since 2009's The Final Destination. What are the locations of the opening disasters in 2011's Final Destination 5 and 2025's Final Destination Bloodlines? Your options are Suspension Bridge, NASCAR track, and Space Needle-esque tower. And if you're one of the 2 teams that still has a Yaddle card and you want to use it here, just remember it's good for one of the points, not for, it wouldn't get you 2. But if you, strategically speaking, if you just guessed to, well, then you waste your Yaddle card. That's part of the strategy of the Yaddle card is you might waste it if it turns out you did know the answer. Alrighty, let's see. So these were all, one of these was in the Final Destination, which was not the Final Destination. And that one was the NASCAR track. That was in the 4th movie. In the 5th and 6th movie, you had the suspension bridge, and the tower was in the newest movie. All right, and our last double points question number 8. It's another list. It's another little list here. Fill in the blanks for these non-final movies. Order doesn't count. You can put them wherever you want. We've got Star Trek V, the final blank. Naked Gun 33 1/3, the final blank. Highlander, the final blank. Urban Legends, final blank. Freddy's Dead, the final blank. And Omen 3, the final blank. None of which were the last ones. Some of them had direct sequels. Some of them had reboots or in continuity reboots, soft reboots. Give you some time to work on this one. I know it's late. I'm sorry. All this dicking around with my camera cost me some valuable time. Oh, and let me set the ground rules here before we get, because I don't want to spring it on you. Because we do still have 2 Yaddle cards in play. For the post-credits blitz, the Yaddle card can be used. If you use it, it's for the lower value. Okay, Yaddle card can't be used for the double value, because there's one that's even more than double value in this. I'm sorry, I'm just reading this and I got myself confused. In this blitz, we've got, all right, starting the 15-second timer now. All righty, time is up on our last double points round of this is even more. This is double. So each one of these is worth 1 for a total of 6. And you've got Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, Naked Gun, The Final Insult, the Highlander, The Final Dimension, Urban Legends, Final Cut, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, and Omen 3, The Final Conflict. I'm just making sure that nobody is missing any points. They are not. All right, so let's take a quick look at where our scores are before we head into our very last section of the season here. We've got Stroke of Genius with 19.625, Segura10 with 25.5, Trivia Rocks 40.75, Stallone with 51.5, How Am I Going to Be Optimist 58.125, Chris the Curator 61.75, Avis and Bobo 93.5, Marley's Chains 103.375, Han Still Solo. This is crazy to read these high of numbers for the movie quiz. Han Still Solo with 109.125 and Helsinki Syndrome with 110.125. My goodness, it's a 1-point game when there is, and Marley's Chains is not that far behind either, considering we've got a post-credits blitz, which I messed up the writing of it. I still wrote it on autopilot as 1 point or 2 points. It's 3 points or 6 points, and the last harder question is worth 7. Okay, so let's see what we've got as we head into this. It's all coming down to this season 13, long season, started way back in June, I think. All right, here comes our first set of questions. There we go. This one, so this post-credits blitz, we started with the last 5 years. This, in case, I do slow down, I'm covering the next 5 years. So for 3 points, it's for 3 points, for 3 points. What member of the Dark Knight creative team wrote and directed a big budget adaptation of the epic poem, The Odyssey, that will be released in 2026? Or for 2 points, what member of the Dark Knight creative team wrote and directed The Bride, a musical adaptation of The Bride of Frankenstein that will be released in 2026? So ignore what I wrote. It's actually 3 points and 6 points. 3 points or 6 points. I'm testing your future knowledge. Yeah, this is exciting. It's coming down to it. All right. And like I said, remember, if you do use your Yaddle card, it's worth the lower point value of the two, so it'd be worth 3 points. All right, so you got Chris Nolan, of course, doing The Odyssey, and you got Maggie Gyllenhaal doing The Bride next year. All right, some of those movies are already in the can. Here we go. Your second set of questions. What is the B movie title of the animated Spider-Man threequel due in 2027? And what is the B movie subtitle of the fourth Tom Holland Spider-Man movie due in 2026? So by which I mean they both start with B. And actually they're both subtitles because it's Spider-Man then this. So they're actually both subtitles. All right. So most people went for maybe I don't know if it's because it's actually easier. Maybe it's the other. So we're talking about the Spider-Verse 3, which is Beyond the Spider-Verse, and the Tom Holland Spider-Man solo series is ditching the home convention for Brand New Day, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Man Brand New Day. All right, gang, here it is. Our final 2 questions of no, shit. I hope you didn't see that. Okay, we're gonna pretend that hopefully didn't happen. For 3 points, what movie will join the ranks of Toy Story, Cars, The Incredibles, and others when Miguel Hector and the Rivera family get the Pixar sequel treatment announced for 2029? And for 7 points, what book, often given as a graduation present, will join The Grinch, The Lorax, and Horton Hears a Who when it gets an animated film adaptation with a slated release date of March 17th, 2028. Did I say 20? Did I write it as 2082? All righty. Let's start the timer. All righty, let's lock it in. forgot to start the timer in the actual game. The answer for this one, which I hope you didn't see because I accidentally flashed it briefly, is Coco is getting a sequel in 2029, and Oh, the Places You'll Go will be the latest of the latest Dr. Seuss. All right, so that is the end of the game, the end of the season. Let's take a look at our scoreboard. Thank you so much for a great season. I am going, because it's so close, I am going to, I'll double check all of these just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, any points. But for now, we've got Trivia Rocks with 43.75. How Am I Going to Be Optimist with 58.125. Stallone with 58.5. Chris the Curator, 76.75. Avis and Bobo with 109.5. Marley's Chains with 119.375. Han Still Solo with 128.125. And for now, I will double check because it's within 1 point. It's within the margin of error here, which, error and me is like peanut butter and jelly. Helsinki Syndrome, 1 point ahead with the back-to-back season victories. Pending a review, I will double check. And if not, we'll sort that out somehow. Hopefully it's not tied, but I don't think it could be because it's a 1 point game and everything was worth like 3. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for playing season 13 with me, sticking around for all this time. Come back in 2 weeks. We'll do the Muppet quiz. It's going to be for a good cause. I will put more info about it on social media. Congrats to Helsinki Syndrome for their back-to-back season championships. And hopefully I will see you soon. I hope I see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for another great season. And I promise this is not the end for now. I will be back in 2 weeks. A great season, everybody. Congrats to everybody. Love you all.